And welcome to another episode of the Codo's Mojo. And as always, I'm your host, Patrick Codo. Today, this is a special episode. It is the Fantasy Football Show. We got our buddy Nick Giannakakis on the show with us this episode. Nick, how are you doing, buddy?
Kodo, I'm doing great. I love that we've made this a yearly tradition, yearly thing that we're doing. What is it?
Yes,
Going on
sir.
maybe 6 years now? Longer than that. Yeah, 11th season. How many rings you got? You've won
A big
once,
fan.
right?
Nope.
Oh,
Nope. Nope. There have been years where I should have. There have been years where I
yeah,
should have.
like
There have been
last
years where I
year.
should have. Last year I should have. 2021, I definitely should have. That still lives rent free in my head.
Is that the year
And
that you set all those records and had the best scoring ever?
oh yeah, I was beating the shit out of all of you, and then James Robinson decides to get hurt while I'm playing. I lose in the semis by 8.
Oh, yep,
It's
you were destined to win that year.
Yep. Yeah, that still lives rent free in my head and will never leave.
And
And then
last year
oh
you
yeah,
made the championship, right?
I did make the championship. I had a semifinal grind out against Connor Camp, beat that boy by 3 points. Holy shit. And then my team was a no-show in the championship, and Cam kicks the shit out of me.
Yeah, I mean, but you still got some money. You
I
got some
still
money.
got some money from there and in the Mizzou League too. So
Yes, you're a force to be reckoned with. We got to watch out for you.
yes, sir. Yeah, this time I'm coming for some more money this year. I'm coming for some more money. And then, of course, don't forget about 2015, where Andy Dalton was playing his best season ever and then gets hurt against the Steelers.
Yeah, you got some bad luck. You're one of the best regular season teams I've ever seen, and then when the playoffs happen, it's injuries and all that weird stuff.
It's like God hates my fantasy playoff teams. I swear to God.
You got to get it. You got to put that revenge tour to good use here.
Oh, it definitely will. It definitely will. And speaking of revenge tour, Nick, both our fantasy teams are off to good starts because of the keeper league.
That's
Nick,
right.
I honestly like this keeper league stuff.
It's fun, isn't it? It allows you to. It's like you're a real general manager. You can put contracts on players, keep them for as long as you want, and then it recycles players, gets people back into the draft so that there's always new people for you to pick. And who do you got? I know your new keeper this year is Tua.
Yeah.
You
I'm
got
not
the
gonna
Tua
say.
Dion.
Yeah, I got the Tua jersey on. Yep. The team name. The team name will stay at Tua de France. I'm not calling it that. Oh my god. That's where it's kind of hard to get out of my mouth. That Tua. Yeah, that Tua. Yeah, no, I ain't naming. I ain't calling it that. We're sticking with Tua de France.
Got Tua. You got AJ
Tua,
Brown.
AJ Brown, and Devontae Adams.
Okay, those are three good keepers. So you're gonna have to load up on running backs here.
I was just gonna say, if anything, I will have to, running back. Like maybe the first two picks have to be running backs.
I think that's probably the smartest move there. You got your quarterback, you got your two starting wide receivers, got to fill the running backs and
Exactly.
tight
And
end.
now I do have the second to last pick. There's no way in hell I'm gonna land C-Mac because, well, he's gonna go right away. But taking a look at our little sheet we made for this year. We got McCaffrey, Isaiah Pacheco, Travis Etienne, Alvin
Yep.
Kamara, Rashad White, Josh Jacobs, Devin Achan, Aaron Jones. So I know
There's
Christian McCaffrey's out the window, but Etienne, Rashad White, Josh Jacobs, Aaron Jones. I kind of have my eyes on one of them.
there's some good running backs at the top of that list for sure. I mean, a couple of them are definitely going to fall to you. I'll be honest. I don't think McCaffrey, Pacheco, or ETN will. I think those guys will go in
No,
the top five. Rashad White,
Rashad
Josh
White or Josh
Jacobs,
Jacobs.
or
And
even Achan.
Rashad White has definitely been a name to be reckoned with lately.
Yeah, that's the Bucks are an interesting team, aren't they? I mean, obviously they got Mike Evans, who I
Mike
think is
Evans, Chris Godwin, Baker Mayfield obviously signed an extension. Everybody's gonna know who Mayfield's gonna be throwing to in Tampa, whether it is to Godwin, Evans, hell, Kate Otten. So, feed the ball to Rashad White, and he'll pick up some yardage
Yeah, I know. I was trying to look it up. Let's see what.
and some points because obviously this is a PPR league. So definitely we'll load up on the running backs.
Yeah, Rashad White last year. Let's see. He had good games. Multiple games with 15 plus points. Couple times he had reached over 20. His top week at Houston, 28 points. So that could be your guy if he slips to you at 11.
Rashad White, I am not going to draft Alvin Kamara mainly because he's been shaky lately. Josh Jacobs, I feel like he still has left in the tank, especially with how good running backs have been producing in Green Bay. So he's a possibility. Achan will definitely start over Raheem Mostert. I had Mostert last year, but dude's getting up there, and usually after a running back has a good year, they tend to take a small step back the following year. I was not taking that risk and keeping Mostert. No, I'm not taking that risk.
I think you made the right
Tua
decision.
Tua is staying with Miami with that big deal. He's also got Waddle and Hillback, who also signed big deals.
There's not a lot of big like rookie running backs this year. I feel like typically you get a couple, but
This year was all about the quarterbacks and stuff, and well, there's definitely some good rookie quarterbacks that will stand out, and we all know one for sure that will very likely stand out, and that's Caleb Williams.
oh man, your Bears homerness is coming out.
Well,
Are you gonna
if
be
you think
looking? You gonna be looking at any Bears players like Rome? You could potentially get Rome.
DJ Moore's is already on a keeper with somebody, but like you said, Rome's an option. I could get Cole Kmet again. I am staying the fuck away from Khalil Herbert, and really
Well,
any
speaking
Bears
of
running
running
back,
backs, how about DeAndre Swift?
he's a possibility for sure. Uh, I could have Swift, Jacobs, Rashad White, Cole Kmet, Rome Odunze. I would love to land Rome Odunze on my team.
I think him and Caleb have a very special rookie relationship, and
Yep, because we know Marvin Harrison will be off the boards.
Marvin Harrison, I think, especially in our keeper league, someone's going to want to keep him for a while. I bet he goes in the top 5.
100%. And if Roma Dunze, if Roma Dunze turns into the Roma Dunze we expected, I lose AJ Brown after this year. So if Roma
Oh,
Dunze steps up, Odunze I might be keeping Odunze for a while, but we'll see. But yeah, you look at running back, wide receivers that are currently open right now in our league. This is, Marvin Harrison, Mike Evans, Calvin Ridley, George Pickens, Zay Flowers, DK Metcalf, Devontae Smith, Drake London, Nico Collins, Malik Neighbors, Stephon Diggs.
I mean, he was awesome in Minnesota. I think he was okay in Buffalo. I mean,
What a way for CJ Stroud to have a veteran wide receiver. Hell, I wouldn't sleep on any Texans wide receiver in general. I wouldn't sleep on,
Tank Dell, Nico.
pick your poison with Diggs. Tank Dell's back after injury. Nico Collins, Dalton Schultz.
Yeah, and they got Joe Mixon, right? They're going to be a dangerous
Yep, Joe
team.
Mixon. So yeah, the Texans are going to be good again. Call me crazy, but you might as well just hand them the AFC South right now with how loaded they are, because the rest of that division is really shaky. Tennessee doesn't have Derrick Henry anymore. Jacksonville looks shaky. Indy,
Yeah,
if Anthony Richardson can stay healthy, for fuck's sakes.
I don't know how I feel about Anthony Richardson. You know who's going to be a hot receiver to take? Malik Neighbors.
Hopefully that be good news for Giants fans. Malik Neighbors is definitely a name to watch for. I think he's up that potential rookie sleeper.
Yeah, I think he's for sure a sleeper. I think the only thing that hurts you is you got Daniel Jones throwing him the ball, but
That's the problem.
he seems like a guy that will just be a great player. Like, he'll make things
But
work.
yet again, Nick, we have seen wide receivers play with garbage quarterbacks.
Yeah, I mean, look at Justin Jefferson last year. He had Kirk Cousins out for half the year, and he still
Yeah,
was wide
Kirk
receiver
Cousins, Josh Dobbs, I think Nick Mullins even played. Look who
right.
DeAndre Hopkins has had in past years. I mean, he's had Brian Hoyer, Matt Schaub, who suddenly struggled out of the blue. Case Keenum. Uh, so Brandon Whedon, for Christ's sakes.
Yep.
Like Hopkins went through so many different wide receivers. I feel like Malik Neighbors will be just fine. Yes, it's Daniel Jones, but just throw the ball up to Malik Neighbors.
Are you okay moving on from DeAndre Hopkins? I know you can't keep him.
Oh yeah, no, I'm 100. No, I'm 100% ready to move on from DeAndre Hopkins. That boy has been on too many of my fantasy teams. He's been on
I
too
know.
many, too many,
You
too
love him.
many. I don't know how I keep landing him. I really don't know how I keep landing him.
Oh man, yeah, he's iffy. I mean, if you look at the list of wide receivers available in our league, there's so many better ones. I like a lot of the rookies, like Keon Coleman in Buffalo. I think he's
He's
going to be really
he's
good.
likely going to be the wide receiver one pretty quickly in Buffalo, since
Yeah,
you have more Stephon Diggs. I think
even like Arashi Rice. Like you just got to get wide receivers on teams that throw the ball, and Chiefs are one of them.
Jerry
There's
Judy could have a big year this year. Got a new
Jerry
quarterback.
Jeudy could have a big year. I mean, he hasn't had that much. He hasn't lived up to his potential yet, and he
No, he
hasn't.
hasn't. DK Metcalf's obviously going to go early in our league.
DK's a dog. I mean, yeah, he's all
George
those guys at the
Pickens.
top.
George Pickens, he'll be either catching passes from Russell Wilson or Justin Fields.
That offense has looked like shit. I can't trust anybody on the Steelers right now.
Oh yeah, nobody can. You watch Fields, you're like, okay, maybe we are glad we traded him because looking at his preseason, like there is guys open and he hasn't even thrown the ball, and I'm like, oh Justin, what the
Yeah,
fuck are you doing?
it's a problem. I mean, I can't trust Pittsburgh. There's a lot of I can't trust my Patriots. I don't know how they're all.
I wouldn't even trust Calvin Ridley for the Titans. I really wouldn't.
Yeah, new coach, right? Too.
Yeah,
Vrabel's
yeah.
out.
Too much money on that contract.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys I'd go before the ones we're talking about, like Arashi Rice. I like Amari Cooper
Right.
has always been a dog.
Yep, Jalen Waddle obviously is on there. Brandon Ayuk with his new contract.
The wide receiver depth is huge. The running back depth, though, there's probably 5 guys I want on the running back list. There's probably 15 I'd take on the wide receiver list.
Right.
And we both don't need to worry about a quarterback too much. We got those taken care of.
For our league, I think, like you said, I should probably go after some running backs right away since I don't have a running back and I need a running back.
Yeah, I mean, and you got to look at it too. Like the running backs are just so slim. You got to make sure you can get somebody a true RB1. When you got your wide receivers are stacked, you got to get a true running back one.
Like you said, we got McCaffrey, Pacheco, ETN. Those guys will likely be gone right away where
Yep.
I'm sitting. So yeah, Rashid White, Josh Jacobs, and Aaron Jones. I mean,
How do you think Aaron Jones is going to do in a new setting?
We'll see. If he can stay healthy, he'll be fine. He has to stay healthy because the Vikings are known well to run the ball.
They are, yeah.
So I'm looking at potentially having, some NFC North running backs.
I had that last year. I had Aaron Jones, Jahmyr Gibbs.
I'm looking at potentially having, I could have Aaron Jones, Josh Jacobs, DeAndre Swift. If I want to go running back heavy with my team, Rashad White, Josh Jacobs, Aaron Jones, DeAndre Swift, I'm in. 3 of those names are very realistic for my team.
Who are you avoiding this year?
Alvin Kamara, I would definitely avoid.
Okay.
The dude has not lived up to the hype. I'm not sure about Ramondre Stevenson.
Yeah, Ramondre. But again, the Patriots don't really have a quarterback, so I could see them leaning more into the run.
True. James Conner, avoid.
Yep.
Zamir White.
Yeah, I don't like Zamir White.
Najee Harris, what the hell has he done?
No, again, if I pick a Steelers quarterback on Sunday, I'm gonna be drunk, so I'm not doing it.
Yes, avoid him. You know who I see? Ezekiel Elliott, avoid him.
Yeah, he's back in Dallas, right?
Yep. Yeah, getting swept by Redgate last year. I still own you, Redgate, by the way, and I'm coming for you this year. Ugh, those two fluky L's live rent free in my head.
You historically own them though. You know,
I know.
it's like the Packers and the Bears. The Bears might get one or
Yeah,
two here or there, but the Packers own them.
but yeah, Redgate. You can enjoy those wins now, but those were two fluky wins for you, buddy. Those were two fluky ass wins that should not have happened. I should have swept your ass last year. Yeah, G. I'm coming this year. I'm coming. I'm coming. There's a lot of people that I'm coming for this year.
Who else?
Looking at one of them right now. I know you love to give me the business and stuff.
I historically own you.
Oh yeah. I know I'm a mix with the Basalo boys, but I'm coming for them as well.
Oh, your Greek uncle.
Yep, I've been owning Joe lately.
You have been owning Joe. Yeah, you've been kicking ass in the league.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But now it's time to keep it going.
That's right. I'm excited. I can't believe it's here. It's the last couple weeks and months have been such a lull with sports. We need football back.
We need football indeed. Who are some sleepers potentially this year?
Some sleepers, I would say. I like Malik Neighbors a lot. Like I said, I think he could be
Yep.
a really good keeper, especially in our league. Um,
Um, you know, um, Roma Dunze, like we talked about,
Rome
Roma
is
Dunze.
absolutely going to be a sleeper. I think him and Caleb are going to have a great connection. Um,
Absolutely.
you
I think
know,
Keenan Allen still has a lot left in the tank.
Keenan's definitely still got some in the tank. I think he's going to be good. I think the wide receiver depth is like, I mean, like I said, Keon Coleman, Xavier Worthy, uh,
Khalil Shakir from Buffalo.
Khalil Shakir, Lad McConkey, like Brian Thomas Jr. There's so many good rookie wide receivers that are
I know, and you
they're
look
not
at
all going to be great, but
they're
those are
good.
the sleepers.
Exactly. Jalen Hyatt, if he gets a wide receiver opportunity.
I forgot about him from last year. Yeah, he's got the frame, he's got the build. He's vertical. He can go up. It's just he's on the Giants, right?
Yes, that's the thing.
Yeah, it's just Daniel Jones and that offense. It's hard to trust, you know.
I think Jake Ferguson's a player you don't want to sleep on.
Yep, I do like Jake
Jake Fer-
Ferguson.
Dalton Kincaid. Both Daltons, Dalton Schultz. I think Cole Kmet will get better this year. Brock Bowers.
Ooh, that's a good sleeper. Yeah, he was a beast at Georgia. If he can continue that for the Raiders, man.
Shoot, he went off last year, but expect Sam Laporta to have a bigger season.
Laporta is tight end one in a lot of fantasy football rankings. You'll find you go and look at tight end rankings. He's tight end one over Kelsey, over Kittle, over Andrews. Very interesting. They're expecting him to have
Yep,
a huge year.
exactly. And yeah, Kyle Pitts, he's expected to have a big year.
Atlanta's an interesting team this year, isn't it? With Kirk Cousins coming down there,
Kirk Cousins, Darnell Mooney, Drake London, Bijan Robinson.
Bijan will be great, but like Drake London and Kyle Pitts, those are the two guys that could be boom or bust too.
Exactly. Matters what kind of Atlanta Falcons team you're going to get. They have a new coach. Arthur Smith is gone.
Yeah, who's their new coach again?
I think it's Raheem Morris. Raheem Morris.
That's right.
And Raheem Morris, he really hasn't done much in the NFL.
That's a good point.
He coached with Tampa Bay. In fact, that was his last time he was a head coach with Tampa Bay. Only served 3 seasons with the Bucks. They had that one good year in 2010, then they just took a major step back in 2011. Now he's back in the head coaching reins, so we'll see what happens with the Falcons. Falcons fans are tired of this shit.
They are tired of this shit. So are Bears
Yeah.
fans, right?
Well, we've been tired of this shit since '85.
How long was John Fox head coach?
Oh God, John Fox is the head coach
Come on,
for
you know the games. Let's see, you know the
3
coaches.
fucking seasons.
What years?
2015, 2016, 17.
Okay, how about Mark Trestman?
Ugh, 2 seasons. We were all fooled by him after 2013 because the year we finished 8-8, should have made the playoffs. I thought, okay, because the following year the Bears had a loaded offense with Jay Cutler, Martellus Bennett, Alshon Jeffrey, Brandon Marshall. Oh, this offense is going to be nope. Offense shit the bed.
You gotta
And
what do you think their floor is this year, and what's their ceiling in terms of wins?
for Bears,
Yes.
so like the record, I'm thinking.
What's the floor, meaning the worst record you think they can get, and what do you think the best record is? What in terms of your expectation?
Well, we're gonna go with the best record and say 10-7.
10-7, and would you think their floor is like an 8-9 or a
Eight
seven
and
and 10?
nine. 8-9.
You want them to win at least 8 games, or you think
I
they
want
should?
them to at least 8 games. I think they'll win at most 10 games with the wild card berth.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I like that. So
Yep, I have.
anything under eight's a disappointment for you.
Anything under eight's disappointment. Anything under eight, fire Flus. Because that's a guy that hasn't won me over yet still.
Even watching Hard Knocks and everything?
I still need to watch Hard Knocks.
You haven't watched any Hard Knocks?
I've had time too, but I
What are
will
you
do that
doing?
tonight.
You're the biggest Bears fan I know.
This is true, but I don't have to.
Oh my gosh, you gotta watch it, Codo.
I will. Don't worry. I'll watch Hard Knocks.
All right, all right.
But anything under eight, I will be disappointed, and I would fire Flus.
I think that's a good call. They're at least. How many did they get last year?
7.
Right. So they got to at least improve on that. They have a way
Exactly.
better
Exactly. Like Flus is still a coach. Flus is still a person on the Bears that has yet to win me over.
Yep.
And if he does not win 8 games this season, see ya, sucker.
See ya. Get Pat Codo in as head coach.
But yeah, Nick, I'm excited for fantasy football season. I don't know. Man, I'm ready, dude. I'm ready.
Oh, I'm so ready. It's exciting. We got our draft on Sunday. It's gonna go great, and then it's off to the races. We're back in, baby.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, for some football.
Oh yeah.
All right, Nick. Well, that'll do it for our fantasy portions. Now let's wrap up with these fun segments on the show. Our big three and our fantastic and bonehead play of the week. This week's big three, you're gonna love this. Big three fantasy team names. Nick, I'll let you go. I'll let you go first.
All right, I had to research a little bit to get some good ones that I was finding that people had online. Let's see. One of them I like that's new is Bed Bath and Beyond, like Bed Bath and Beyond. That's a good one. I also like Rome. If you get Rome Adunze, Rome wasn't built in a Dunze. Like Rome wasn't built in a day. That's a good one. I like, and then I'll round it out with. Let's go with two. I like this one. We'll play on Toy Story. To Infinity and Devon. If you get Devon A-Chain.
I like that name.
What's yours?
A good name. Well, for my big three, this one's my team name this year. I will not change it. Tour de France.
Tour de France or the Hawk Tua. You might change it.
You will never pay my ass to call my fantasy team name Hawk Tua. Never. You will never pay me to call it that. You will never pay me to call it that. Some fantasy owners will likely take someone's man card if they actually call it that name.
Yeah, I like no.
Because you gotta remember, it's just It was just some, you gotta remember, just some random drunk chick who came across some social media guy and just let it out.
Yeah, I know. So, no, I like your name. Tour de France is great. I think that's a
Yeah.
good one. What else you got?
This is a good one. King of the Hill, Tyreek Hill.
Ooh, King of the Hill. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yep. My third one, cue the music, Nick. Ah, hooked on a Thielen.
Ooh, I like that one. That one's great.
Yep. Sure, Adam Thielen hasn't been, Sure, Adam Thielen hasn't been hauling it in lately, but that's still a good name to have.
You know what? He actually had a decent year in Carolina last year. It'll be good to see him progress with Bryce Young.
Absolutely. Well, that'll do it for our big three, Nick. Now, let's go on to our plays of the week, our fantastic and bonehead play of the week. Nick, what do you got?
All right. My fantastic play of the week is going to be my fantasy quarterback, Mr. Patrick Mahomes, and his behind-the-back pass to Travis Kelce. That was something, wasn't it?
Holy shit. It's like we all thought we saw it off Mahomes.
I know.
He said, "Here, let me mix up a little bit."
Just a little. I mean, it's if I don't know how you game plan for that, prepare for that. The guy makes things up on the fly, and he's a magician.
The man just literally pulled a special play out of his ass.
Yeah, he's amazing. That was an awesome play. I liked it.
The magician.
Bonehead play of the week. It's not exactly a play, but I've been seeing it a lot over the last week or two. Is what's up with these players fighting in training camp? Why you gotta fight?
I know, right?
That's so dumb. You're gonna get hurt. You're gonna get thrown out. You're gonna not be able to practice. I get tempers flare, but you see throwing helmets and throwing punches in training camp. It's like, what are they doing?
Yeah, I think the Bengals and Bears started a fight and stuff. The Lions and Giants had a brawl. The Steelers had a brawl. I think Justin Fields and Russell Wilson had some beef. I get it. Emotions happen, but don't let it get to you guys.
Right. It's gonna hurt your play. It's not good from your teammates watching that. It's a big bonehead.
Well, I like those picks, Nick. Let's go on to my fantastic and bonehead play of the week. My fantastic one. And this is a player on the Bears that has been slowly winning me over. And I mean slowly winning me over. But it's Velus Jones getting involved in the running game. That big run he had against the Chiefs. I'm like, okay. Still got to catch the fucking ball, dude.
Yeah, that was a good... I worry with Velus Jones. He reminds me a little bit of Kadarius Toney. He's got the skills,
Yes.
He's got the quickness, but his IQ isn't the best.
Exactly.
I thought you were going to go with one of Caleb's plays. He had an unreal week.
Well, we'll see. I'm waiting to see how he does in the regular season before us fans start going crazy with Caleb Williams. But yes, Caleb Williams has been showing it, and we'll definitely see it a lot more. But Velus Jones has been slowly winning me over with his big runs, especially his one he had against the Chiefs.
Which Caleb play did you like better? The run-in for the touchdown or the one where he threw it across his body to Rome?
That's a great question. Both are fantastic plays. I'm going to say the throw to Rome because he did have a little help on the run.
Yeah, and the throw to Rome across his body, running left, throwing right, it placed it perfectly. That one. And the one to Rome in the end zone that didn't count, where Rome was out of bounds.
We just need to wait and see how Caleb Williams does when the regular season comes, but I'm excited for him.
Who's your bonehead?
Bonehead? Anthony Richardson playing like shit.
He threw that pick six, right?
Ugh.
And fumbled.
Terrible. Those are the worst pick sixes ever. From your end zone or near your end zone, those are bad.
And his throw was so off. It was right to the defender.
Usually if you throw a pass right to the defender, well, one, it's going to be picked off as some expect. But then it goes, what the hell are we doing?
Yep.
And that wraps up the show. Nick, the fantasy episode of Codo's Mojo is in the books. Love talking fantasy football with you.
Love talking fantasy with you, Codo. I'm super excited to have you in the league for another year. I hope this year's different for you and you can finally reach the mountaintop.
I was gonna say I'm coming this year. I'm coming.
You're coming. You got to have a good draft. It all starts on Sunday, and it's going to be a great year. I'm excited to have football back and college football back, and cheering on the Salukis, everybody.
Yes, sir. Salukis, Huskers. I'm excited for Dylan Raiola, man.
He's going to be good. Nebraska is a sleeper in college football.
Oh, yes. I've been following Raiola ever since he committed. I was like, I love this guy. And if he performs well, he's a possible name to keep an eye on in the near future for the NFL.
Would you rather see the Salukis or the Cornhuskers do well?
That's a good question. Probably, I don't know.
Probably the Cornhuskers because they're in a bigger
conference. The Cornhuskers for sure.
More to play.
The Cornhuskers for sure, but if the Salukis do good this year too, I'd be happy as well.
They got any big games?
The Huskers or the Salukis?
The Salukis.
We start off against BYU.
Ooh.
At BYU, and of course we host North Dakota State, so we have a challenging schedule ahead of us, but I feel confident in both teams. And thank you, everyone, for tuning in to another episode of the Codo's Mojo. Next week, football is back in the reins with college and the NFL. It's good to have football back.
It's good to have football back. We can't have you just living and breathing NASCAR. We got to get you back into football.
Hey, I got my football gear. I'm all footballed out. I got my jerseys all dusted off.
Yeah, but what's behind you? What's on your chair there? Yeah.
Oh, come on. I'm not wearing it though. So
is that your guy, Chase Elliott?
No, that's a Jeff Gordon jacket.
Okay. How's your guy Chase Elliott?
Oh, he's doing good. He's doing good. I do need to get a jacket of him.
What's the next race you're going to?
That's you know what? I have done going to in-person races this year.
Really?
We're all locked and loaded on football.
Okay, I like it. Priorities shift.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly how it works. Priorities shift.
I love it.
Yes, sir. Well, thank you, everyone, for tuning into the Codo's Mojo. We will see you next time.